So can we delve into this habit
Mm-hmm.
and how you progressed over the 7 weeks?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, you wanted to control what you could control, but then let go of the things you
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
couldn't control.
Exactly. So yeah, like I mentioned, younger things were just innocent things, but it was glaring that I was not trying to control everything that I can control. And I would try to manipulate situations where and it was out of complete habit. It was nothing that I wanted to do. After I did it, I knew this was something I didn't want to do. And then, like I said, growing up, it just turned into like relationships.
Right.
It turned into friendships. It turned into, my parents, the relationship that I had with my parents. So I decided, I didn't know where it was going to take us.
Right.
But I decided this is the 7 weeks. I want to get better at something. Instead of just, writing my papers to fill out an assignment, I wanted to actually get better at this.
Right.
So, throughout the weeks, it's something too where I've learned to get outside resources. So I read a lot now.
Sure.
Which is something I never did.
Right.
To be honest. And I read a lot now, and there's books that just really help with that. And then I also listen to a lot of podcasts.
Right.
And I mentioned that and it was something there. There was about 3 guys that I really listened to that.
Okay.
Just over the course of the 7 weeks, I made myself listen to all 3 of them each week.
Wow.
So one of them was Craig Rochelle. I mentioned. He does a lot of leadership podcasts, and he does a lot of Life Church podcasts.
Right.
So he was always coming out with one each week, so that was easy to stay up with. I'd always listen to it on my ride to work in the morning. So it was just something that held me accountable and really kept me going.
Sure.
And then being able to talk to Max and Parker, it's just something that continues to hold you accountable. And I think being held accountable is one of the most important things you can have. Right. So throughout these, it started as, I want to get better at this. I don't know how I want to get better at this, but I want to get better at this.
Right.
To the end where you mentioned it to me, I wrote about, this isn't a destination thing.
Right.
And it's so many, you want it to be a destination.
Of course.
I want it to be, after the 7 weeks, well, I'm done. I'm good. Next week, I'm going to have something that I can't control. And I'm like, I can't control that. Well, that's not how it works.
Right.
So it really helped me just understand that. And I think that was the biggest thing I took away from it, was, this is something that's going to take your full awareness for the rest of your life.
Right.
And you always hear happiness isn't a destination. Well, I kind of use that as, this isn't a destination thing. It's not just going to flip a switch always. Right. So, and that really helped me.
Good.